networking sites, chat rooms, virtual worlds, and blogs are how teens and tweens, even kids, socialize online. It's important to help kids learn how to navigate these spaces safely, but what's the barrier between prying on your kids and protecting themselves? Our, of course, social media maven, Amy Jo Martin, is here with tips, and this is really challenging for parents, don't you think?
It is, and it's just something to accept, though. This is the way the world is working, and just like you would teach your child to ride a bike, you need to teach them, how to navigate through this new world of communication.
Okay, so what are your best tips for parents and for kids out there?
Okay, education is key for the parents as well as teachers and, of course, the kids. So if the parents don't fully understand the space and what the pros are, as well as the cons, then they don't have, anywhere to start. So that's one of the main things, of course. And then just do an assessment. So sit down with your kids and ask them what they know. Get onto the computer, get onto the mobile phone, and look at their proficiency. How do they navigate around? You might be surprised on what they do and don't know.
Okay, those are your first two tips. What's your third tip?
Well, really, if we look at the education and how long-term social influence will impact a child's life, it's important to think of when they go out and they start looking to get into college or to get a job or maybe even eventually apply for credit. Those factors and the things that they do now as a child and build their personal brand will matter. So think long term. This is their brand. And I have a nephew who's not even 2 yet, and he knows how to open up the iPad and how to operate. And it's not because his parents encourage it, it's because he's seen it happen.
Yes.
And so this is happening. Now we just need to educate ourselves and make it okay.
And should parents have the passwords of their kids' accounts to Twitter and Facebook, not to pry or not to spy on what they're doing, but to know what they're up to?
That really depends on the relationship that's there with the parent and child. Trust, of course, is huge, and the more that a child feels like they shouldn't do something, they're going to want to, of course. So I think it's a matter of communication and being open, and also explaining why, and asking your child, why do you want to be doing this, and what are the benefits? So partially, one of the reasons we created Digital Royalty University was to help educate parents as well as teachers, and we have our partnership with Teach for America to help really bridge the gap between teachers and parents using social communication, because they're both on, and then they can educate the kids too.
That's a great idea.
It's super exciting. For every class that we sell online, we give back a class to teachers.
So fantastic.
We're on a mission to educate.
Anything else, one last final tip you've got for parents out there? And maybe if they aren't familiar with Twitter or Facebook, should they get their own accounts so they know what this is about?
Absolutely. Education is the #1 thing, because we tend to not like what we don't know, right?
Absolutely.
So the more that we understand, there are huge benefits. So even, for other aspects of life, for adults too. So I think education is key. So Digital Royalty University.
I like that. No, seriously though, this is an education parents and teachers need to have, not only just, safeguarding their education or getting to college and later, but there are predators online, and so parents need to have very frank conversations with kids like they do about stranger danger, pretty much.
Absolutely. Just like you would in any other situation in the physical, real world, the virtual world is the same, and it's about being aware, and we can prevent a lot if we're educated.
Thank you, Amy. And you got to follow this girl online. She's got great tips on Twitter all the time. Quickly, what's your handle?
At Amy Jo Martin and at Digital Royalty are the 2 Twitter handles.
Excellent, Amy. Thank you so much. She's almost as followers as Bieber, I think, Jason.
She's what?
She's got almost as many followers as Bieber.
Whoa, Amy Jo.
And he's listening by the day.